My Hero Academia Chapter 405 is finally out, and with it we get to see Bakugo's introduction to the world as a true hero, as well as the introduction to the true final boss of the My Hero world. It's an explosive one. But before we begin, don't forget to Detroit smash that subscribe button to keep up to date with all the LunchTime crew / My Hero content. And so, without further ado, let's jump right into My Hero Academia Chapter 405, titled Final Boss. This chapter opens up with All Might seeing Sir Night-Eye in a white void, where the former sidekick informs both us and All Might that the gruesome end he foresaw was supposed to take place moments ago, confirming that All Might has successfully twisted fate and kept his promise to Midoriya. All Might, in hearing this, starts to smile and jokes about how he must have messed up, as it's a mentor's job to pass on so they can let their disciples take the lead. But Sir Night-Eye calls him out, saying that that is just a comic book archetype. For them, heroes are real people, and real people don't die that easily. Apparently not in the My Hero world anyways, yeeks. This vision then finishes as the story cuts right back to the present, where we see Bakugo carrying All Might using his explosions to land on a nearby building, as all around the world, people start to recognize him from previous events, such as the sports festival and the League of Villains attack. It's also cute to note that also watching this are Mahiro and Katsuma, the two kids from the Heroes Rising movie, who both shout out his name at his appearance. Like, this officially confirms the movies as canon, right? They literally confirmed the kids recognize him. Upon landing on the building, All Might asks the still very bloodied and battered Bakugo if he's okay, to which the explosion hero responds, asking him the same thing back. Although, as soon as Bakugo says this, he immediately starts to vomit up heaps of blood, which initially causes All Might to panic. However, as a sliver of what looks to be a thread makes its way out of Bakugo's chest, it's quickly revealed that the source of this blood was none other than Edgeshot, who was getting rid of all of the excess blood inside of Bakugo. And in case you're wondering, yes, Edgeshot is now just a sliver of bloody thread. After emerging from Bakugo's chest, the little remains of Edgeshot also informs us that while he used his body to mend Bakugo's broken bones and injured organs, he will still feel the excruciating pain of the procedure. And in all honesty, Bakugo's body is not in any condition to fight. Yet, in response to this statement, Bakugo merely replies with a smirk on his face that he knows very well the condition his body is in, and he thanks Edgeshot for allowing him to keep on living. But as much work as Edgeshot did to fix Bakugo up, he admits that it wasn't him who brought the hero back to life. As it turns out, after he fixed Bakugo's body, Edgeshot didn't have enough energy to get his heart beating again. However, it was in this moment that a bead of sweat that was mixed into Bakugo's bloodstream exploded, reactivating the hero's heart. To quote Edgeshot, "I only connected the parts in place. It was the quirk you strengthened over the years that brought you back." With this explanation of his revival complete, Bakugo then prepares to make his way back over to the battlefield, funnily commenting how he actually has no idea who the glowing child that was holding All Might is. He just assumed it was All For One before taking his arms. Yep, that's our Bakugo. All Might, still paralyzed from Stain's quirk mind you, confirms that the child is indeed All For One, and he asks Bakugo to come over to him. Bakugo then approaches All Might, as All Might states it's broken, but it will at least serve as a splint. Great explosion murder god, DYNAMIGHT, as he hands over the support item All For One previously destroyed. Upon receiving this gift from All Might, Bakugo looks at the item, and as he looks back at All Might, he gives him a genuine, heartfelt, and wholesome smile, which is something throughout the entire series we have never seen Bakugo do, unsarcastically. Who is this man? Look at that smile! It's so wholesome! All For One, now with enough veins in his head it looks like he's trying to divide by zero, stares Bakugo's direction, but he quickly notes how going after him would just be a waste of time. Right now, his main goal is to transfer the copy of his quirk over to Shigaraki. Yet, just as All For One tries to turn away, his anger completely takes over his body, as flashes of all the heroes who have opposed him in this war appear in his mind, as he thinks the wind should be blowing my way. It is then, in this moment of hesitation, that Bakugo rockets up to and at All For One, shouting, "I'm your final boss," as he grabs onto All For One's face, unleashing a massive point-blank explosion, which once again for some reason reminds All For One of One For All's second user. Oh, and when I say Bakugo's massively powerful explosion, I mean massive. Bakugo is going all out. Having landed this devastating attack, Bakugo, extremely hurt but back to his same old loudmouthed self, then loudly exclaims that he's here to, and I quote, "step in when Deku can't handle it all on his own." And that's it for chapter 405. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like. For more content like this, subscribe to the Lunchtime crew, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. It's lunchtime.